just last week, that gospel was extremely long. This gospel is the story of Jesus, Martha, Mary, Lazarus. Is coming out of the 11th chapter of John, verses 1 to 45 inclusive. In those 45 verses, however, there are two verses that purport to be indicative of all 45 verses. In many ways, they're the two most important verses of the 45. So let's take a look at verse 5 and 6 of the 11th chapter of John. Verse 5 and 6 say this, and it's going to give us some great detail. Now Jesus loved Martha and her sister, and that's going to be Mary and Lazarus. So when he heard, that's Jesus, when he heard that he was ill, that's Lazarus, he remained for 2 days in the place where he was. Now, when you look at those two verses, just gaze upon them, you're going to learn not only what it says, that clearly Jesus loved Martha, Mary, and Lazarus very much, and he was always going to be there for them. We're also going to learn a lot by what those two verses don't say. What they don't say is this. Nowhere in the story that I just read of those 45 verses, in verse 5 and 6, does Jesus say to Martha and Mary, I'm sorry, your brother's ill, your brother's dead, your brother's asleep, however you want to look at it, but I can't do anything for you. Jesus does not walk away from those that he loves, which is Martha, Mary, and Lazarus. Jesus is going to be there for all 45 verses trying to help this family out. He's going to try to convince them that, look, Lazarus isn't dead, he's asleep, but you say he's dead, but he will rise again. So he's going to offer his support, his comfort, his love. You see, that's the challenge for all of us. That in your life, in your family circle, among your friends, if you know of someone who needs help, you should do what? Help them. And if you know they need help today, when should you help them? Tomorrow? You should help them today. If you know someone that you love is hurting, you should comfort that person. And if you know they're hurting today, when should you help that person? Tomorrow? You should do it today. If you know someone you love, or someone in your circle, or someone in your neighborhood, they're going through a bout of great anxiety, perhaps they themselves have lost someone, you know they're not doing well, and they need your support, when should you offer support to them? Tomorrow, if they need it today? No, today. Jesus always proved his love for other people. He used two methods. One, words. And words are important. But words always need to be backed up by action. And that's exactly what Jesus does in all 45 verses, as he does in the 5th verse, the 11th chapter of John. He proves his love for Mary, Martha, and Lazarus, not only by words, but by action. You can say to someone, husband, wife, husband, or parents to children, I love you. But if you never back those words up with action, they many times then become meaningless. If you say, I love you, and the minute later you strike that person, they're going to be confused. They're going to say, you have nice verbiage, your words are great, but your actions are horrible. You need to back up your words with action. That's exactly what Jesus does. In all 45 of those verses, as he does in those two verses right there. Now, when Lazarus is dead for that period of time, when he's asleep, when Jesus finally says to his disciples, he is dead, Jesus never suffers from the pain of regret. That's the pain that a lot of people go through. Because Jesus knew, I was there for Martha, Mary, and Lazarus. I will continue to be there for them. So I don't have the regret of knowing that I walked away when I never did. I don't have the regret of knowing that they needed me today and I decided not to show up until tomorrow. I don't have the regret in my life that they needed my love, my support, my comfort today, and I didn't offer it to them. Because Jesus helped them at the time they needed help. You see, that's such an incredible message for all of us. It's tragic for some people. Every so often, when you want to prove your love, or you want to show your love, or you want to show your support to someone else, there's a tendency to think, well, I want to do it, and I want my family to know I love them, but I'm busy today, I will do it tomorrow. But they need your help and your assistance now, today. Because sometimes tomorrow never comes. Let's watch this video, because I think it brings home that striking point that
tomorrow
why delay
never
what
comes.
you can do today when you should do it today?
If I knew that it would be the last time that I'd see you fall asleep, I would tuck you in more tightly and pray the Lord your soul to keep. If I knew that it would be the last time that I'd see you walk out the door, I would give you a kiss and call you back for one more. If I knew it would be the last time I'd hear your voice lifted up in praise, I would videotape each action and word so I could play them back day after day. If I knew it would be the last time I could spare an extra minute or two, I would stop and say I love you instead of assuming you know I do. If I knew it would be the last time I would be there to share your day, well, I'm sure you'll have so many more, so I can let just this one slip away. For surely there's always tomorrow to make up for an oversight, and we can always get a second chance to make everything right. There will always be another day to say our love yous, and certainly there's time to say our anything I can do's. But just in case I might be wrong, and today is all I get, I'd like to say how much I love you and hope we never forget. Tomorrow is not promised to anyone, young or old alike. And today may be the last chance you get to hold your loved one tight. So if you're waiting for tomorrow, why not do it today? For if tomorrow never comes, you'll surely regret the day that you didn't take that extra time for a smile, a hug, or a kiss. And you were too busy to grant someone what turned out to be their one last wish. So hold your loved ones close today. Whisper in their ear. Tell them how much you love them and that you'll always hold them dear. Take time to say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, or it's okay. And if tomorrow never comes, you'll have no regrets today. Live life without regrets.
In the 45 verses, the 11th chapter of John, Jesus lived without regret. Because he loved Martha, Mary, and Lazarus so much, he proved it because he was there when they needed him the most. Isn't that what life is all about? With the people you call your friends and family, you need them to be friends and family for you when you need them. Not a week later after your crisis is gone, but right here, right now, right today, not tomorrow. How easy it is to live life with regret because we failed to do what we should have done when we needed to do it. I find that amazing in verse 5 and 6 that Jesus loved Martha, Mary, and Lazarus so much that in all those verses, Jesus did not run away. He did not abandon them in time of need, but he was there for them. I think that's really the challenge for all of us. To be there for those you love and those you know and those you have care for, and to be with them when they need your help. And don't say to yourself, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll help them out tomorrow. Because what happens if tomorrow never comes? And then for the rest of your life, you live a life of regret.